In the bustling city of New York, where dreams are as tall as the skyscrapers and as diverse as the people, there lived a man named Marcus. A successful lawyer by day and an aspiring musician by night, Marcus had always felt a void within him, a nagging sense that he wasn't living his true purpose. One night, as he was strumming his guitar in Central Park, an old woman with eyes as deep as the ocean approached him. "You play beautifully, young man," she said, her voice carrying an ancient wisdom. "Thank you," Marcus replied, though his smile didn't reach his eyes. The woman noticed. "Something troubles you," she said. "What if I told you that you could live another life? That you could swap souls with someone else and experience their world?" Marcus chuckled, thinking it was a joke, but the woman's gaze remained steady. "This is not a jest. I offer you a chance to swap souls with another person, to see the world through their eyes, to feel their joys and sorrows. But remember, the experience will be real. Every pain, every happiness, every regret." Intrigued and desperate for a change, Marcus agreed. The woman handed him a small, intricately carved wooden box. "When the time is right, open this box," she instructed, and then disappeared into the night. A few days passed, and Marcus couldn't shake the old woman's words from his mind. One evening, after a particularly draining day at work, he decided to open the box. Inside was a single gleaming marble. The moment he touched it, a strange sensation overcame him, and the world around him began to blur. When Marcus awoke, he was no longer in his own body. He found himself in a small, cluttered apartment, staring into a mirror at a face that wasn't his. He was now in the body of a woman named Lily, a struggling single mother and aspiring artist. Panic set in, but as he looked around, he saw sketches, half-finished paintings, and a small child's drawings pinned to the fridge. The life he was now living was one of creativity, but also one of hardship. Days turned into weeks as Marcus navigated Lily's life. He experienced the exhaustion of raising a child alone, the frustration of trying to make ends meet, and the bittersweet joy of creating art. He felt her love for her son, her desperation, and her unyielding hope. He lived her dreams and her nightmares, and through it all, he gained a profound understanding of what it meant to live someone else's life. But as time passed, Marcus also felt the weight of Lily's burdens grow heavier. The struggles he once found fascinating became overwhelming, and he longed for the comfort of his own life. He realized that while Lily's life was filled with creativity, it was also filled with sacrifices he hadn't fully understood. One night, as he tucked Lily's son into bed, the child looked up at him and said, "I love you, Mom." In that moment, Marcus felt an overwhelming surge of emotions: love, sadness, and the crushing weight of responsibility. He knew it was time to return to his own life. He reached for the marble, which he had kept hidden, and closed his eyes. When he opened them, he was back in his own apartment, his guitar resting beside him. Everything was as it had been, yet everything had changed. The void he once felt was filled with new understanding, and the music he played now carried the depth of the experiences he had lived through. Marcus went on to become a renowned musician, his songs filled with the stories of lives he had never lived but understood intimately. The old woman had given him a gift, the gift of empathy, of truly seeing the world through another's eyes. And though he never saw her again, he knew that his life and the lives of those he touched through his music were forever changed by the soul he had swapped. End. In this story, the concept of soul swapping is explored not as a fantastical escape, but as a deeply human experience that leads to profound empathy and understanding. Marcus's journey through another person's life allows him to see the world from a new perspective, ultimately enriching his own life and the lives of those around him.